We do what's called a char 3, also known as an alligator char. So the inside of the barrel actually looks like alligator skin, so it's a little crackly on the surface. If you've ever seen like logs in a campfire, where it first starts to crack and you get those little sections, that's what the inside of the barrels look like. That's what the staves look like. And the reason for that is, listen to her. So when that surface starts to crack open, that actually gives the spirit a way to get into the wood easier, so that we're actually getting more flavor and aroma compounds and color compounds to a certain extent extracted out by the whiskey. So if you want to think about it in like the easiest terms, it's actually the spirit dissolving caramelized wood sugar into itself. And that's where a lot of the caramel, vanilla, compounds, all of that fun stuff comes from. And that's why back in the day, colonial Americans, they would take whatever kind of container they could get. They didn't care whether it had pickled herring in it, turpentine, wine, whatever, in the barrel. But then they would take those barrels and they would char it to remove any of that, and that's why even to this day we still use charred barrels. Per U.S. code, you have to put the whiskey into a new charred barrel for it to be called whiskey in the United States, unless it falls under another substandard category. But to be like straight rye whiskey, straight bourbon whiskey, whatever, like we produce here, it has to go into a new charred barrel first. After it goes into that new charred barrel, you can do whatever else you want with it, as long as you're not adulterating it with like flavoring or anything. But it has to start out in a new charred barrel first. Now that's the other reason why it makes us a little bit unique, because most places, after they empty the barrels, they basically just sell them off. They don't have enough use for them. But we can take those used barrels and we can put Applejack spirit in it. We can put beer in it. We can put wine in it. It doesn't matter. So we can reuse the barrels multiple times and get multiple uses out of them, which helps us on the bottom line, but it also gives us more of those palettes of flavors that we can play around with.
Because the wood kind of absorbs some of it too, right?
What's that?
The wood kind of absorbs some of whatever it lasts.
Yeah, exactly. So if you get that transfer back over, you'll see it a lot of times from like Scotch casks that come back from Scotland, or casks that come up from the Caribbean with rum in them. They'll all come back, like these are actually buffalo trays. Yeah, buffalo trays, and I think I have some Jim Beam casks in here as well that actually came back from the Caribbean with rum. Because the Caribbean Isles distilleries and the British Isles distilleries, they'll just buy container loads of them, and they'll use our used barrels in a lot of it. So if you ever have anybody that's like super snooty about how much better Scotch is than American whiskey, well, it's like 99% certainty that they probably had at least a little bit of American whiskey in them because they were using American barrels.
Okay.
That's different. pretty good. I would say that's pretty decent. I'm on this Merlot though.